Hey everyone, welcome in. Sorry, I didn't realize the timer had hit 0. I was not looking at it. But yeah, welcome in everyone. Hope we're all doing good today. Um, my my eyebrows are still feeling. I guess you can't really tell. They don't look that crazy. But if you look at them close up, like you can't see on the camera, but if you look at them close up, they're a little bit like flaky. they're just a bit flaky, and they're kind of like itchy, which is really annoying. But like you can't like scratch them, right? Because it's like a wound. But that's the annoying thing. It no longer hurts, but it's just really itchy and it's kind of annoying. But I haven't like scratched them off in my sleep, so I guess that's good. Punctuality is important. I'm trying. I even started stream like 2 minutes. It's 9:09 a.m. It's a bit. I'm like 4 minutes off. If you scratch them, do they fall off? I think the scabs will fall off, and then I don't know what that means. Like I don't know if the it will cause the tattoo part to fall. Like I actually don't really. I think it could, and it could end up patchy. It could end up healing patchy, because like apparently it's supposed to like the scabs. It's supposed to like scab up and then fall off, and then it's supposed to be like light underneath, and then the ink will like resurface. So I'm not exactly sure. I'm just gonna. It's not really that bad. It's not that flaky, but I think it's gonna go continued. Maybe it'll scar in your eyebrows, become permanently messed up. But I look cool, you know? Like, some people shave that like line in their eyebrows. That could be me, you know? But like not on purpose. And welcome in, Bear. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, what's everyone been up to, you know? My Stardew playthrough is going well. I posted on Discord, but I finished putting I finished filling the quarry with the kegs. So now I have like 300 something kegs. And I'm gonna make more, but there's no rush. There's no rush on that, because like every time they're ready, it's like 120k, which is not bad. It's not that bad. I just end up kind of poor. Like I'm living paycheck to paycheck, on Stardew, so it's a bit rough. But other than that, it's not too bad. But those can grow out again. That's true. That's true. But hopefully it's okay. I mean, I've had it done before and it's healed, so I'm sure it's fine. And welcome in, Hero. It'd be weird. Nintendo doesn't have a Nintendo Direct in September 2024. What? Does that already pass? Or February 2025? I thought they were having a Direct in April for the Switch 2. Is that not correct? I don't really follow along. Your Keg Valley looks like an environmental crime with the dried out river and all. Is the river dried out? There's no dried out river. What do you mean? It's like a path, if that's what you mean. But it is a little bit of a look. Okay, I'm not that bad for the environment. Okay, like I just chop down all the trees and they just grow back. Like that's I'm pretty sure deforestation is fine as long as the trees grow back. Like there's really no. Actually, no. I stopped cutting down the trees. I go through way too much wood to even like. There's not enough trees in the valley to fund my keg habit. So I just buy all the wood. At the end of year 1, like at the start of year 2, the prices go up. So I bought like 4,000 wood or 4 or 5,000 wood at the end of the season. So I've probably bought like 10k wood in general, and then I don't bother chopping down the trees, so it's fine. Just ask North Korea. I can't ask them. How will I ask them? Okay, fine. But I planted a lot of trees though. It's good. Did it pay off the hoarding wood? Of course, of course. That's a big pro tip for Stardew Valley. If you're really set on making a lot of kegs, you need to buy wood, and it's cheaper. It's cheaper at year 1, so you better buy like as much as you can afford at the end of year 1, because there's not enough wood. Even if you keep planting like new trees and stuff, and you keep chopping them down, like it's just it's just not enough. Like it's just easier to buy it at this point. And wood is cheap. I don't go as far. I know some people buy oars, but like I'm just too stingy to buy oars. They're like kind of expensive. I'm like, why would I buy? I don't like do enough early game like profitable things like fishing and stuff. So, and welcome in Blood Rain. Hope you're doing well today. You're such a min maxer. I am in Stardew. Yeah, I haven't gone as far as like a spreadsheet, but I do have like I use my calculator to calculate how many crops I need. But I think it's normal. I think it's normal because like who can do that math? Like who can do that math in their head? You know? I just keep track of how many like sprinkler spots I have. But you do need to do math for that, you know? It's like I have this many sprinklers times it by 8, whatever. Um, so it's okay. I have a to-do list, but I'm a to-do list enjoyer. I think that's why I like Stardew because it's like I have like a list of things to do and I can check them off, you know, and you can do every day very efficiently, you know. But I'm kind of reaching the point where I get bored of Stardew, because like after I'm like in end of spring year 2, so I just finished like 1 year and I have the community center. I unlocked Ginger Island, and then like Ginger Island is like I don't know. I've never finished Ginger Island. In fact, I never even reached Ginger Island till like last year or something. Um, and I find collecting the golden walnuts like super boring because I feel like I just want to look up a guide and then it's just like it's just tedious. I don't know. I'm like, do I even bother? Like, what's the point? You hope all is well. Thank you, Blood Rain. It's going pretty good. And welcome in, Zana. Avatar: The Last Airbender is now 20 years old. That's crazy. It's old. It's been a while. I've never seen it though. I just know some things about it, but I have never seen it personally. I think I just like never watched it like when it was like initially popular, I guess. And I don't really watch anime. Like if maybe I would have watched it when I was a kid if I like knew about it, but I didn't know about it. If it's 20 years old, then yeah, I would have been 5 when it came out. So I probably was not ready for. I was probably watching like Caillou, you know. I wasn't ready for that. I don't know what the age range is, but it's something like that. What else have I been doing this week? Caillou or Blue's Clues? I don't think I watched Blue's Clues. I know I watched Caillou. I know I watched Caillou like when I was like maybe younger than like 5 or like like 5, the Caillou age, I guess. Um, but I think as I got older, I don't know if this is like a Canadian show, but I was a big fan of Big Comfy Couch. If you guys know that show, I was such a big fan of that show. And I have like core memories of this, like playing. It's actually very good for kids because there's like a segment called like 10-second cleanup, and it's like fast forwarded, but like she cleans up her room. And then like the kids loved it. Like she's like, let's do it together. And then you like clean the room. So I'm sure parents would love that. Media hates everything from before 2018. That's not true. 2018 is too recent. I would say like 2014. I remember my nephews used to watch those shows. You didn't? You don't like Caillou? It's hard to remember. I'm only going off what my mom told me. Apparently, I loved Caillou. Can confirm. But I don't have any memories of watching Caillou. I only remember when I was like a bit older. I was watching like Disney Channel. You know, I did love. I mean, to this day, I still think. I know that Wizards of Waverly Place got like a reboot, but I heard it's kind of bad. So I cannot be bothered with it. So you're way too old for Caillou. Oh, I thought Caillou was an old show, but maybe not. Maybe not. Watched a lot of Sesame Street when you were a kid. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't think I watched Sesame Street, but I don't know. I don't know. I remember like when my brother's a few years younger than me, and I think he really liked Bob the Builder, but I don't think I was ever into. I just remember like he was watching it. But obviously I can't remember when I was that young. So my mom only told me about my Caillou. Maybe I was like only Caillou kid, you know, like it's like I wouldn't watch anything else, only Caillou. That could be possible. But no idea. We had our own version of Sesame Street here that took place in a train station. I honestly, I'm not too like I don't really know much about Sesame Street. I'm guessing it's like there's like from what I understand, there's a street, and then like a bunch of the characters, the Muppets, they like live on it, right? And then they have their own segments. I guess it's like educational, right? There's like the counting guy. Um, I remember we did the counting song in like choir, like when we were like in high school choir, like we were like 17, and we were like they were like, yeah, we're gonna do the counting song, and I was like, what is this? Like what like I was like, what are we singing? It was a very strange it was a very strange repertoire choice because usually we sing like Latin songs. Like it's like choir. We're singing like in Latin. But then they're like, nope. Count what's his name? Count something. That guy. Um it's like an educational show. Yeah, that makes sense. Most kids cartoons are crazy nowadays. Courage the Cowardly Dog. People who have make that deal some serious. I know kids these days really like Bluey. And like adults even like it too. I guess it's a show that everyone can enjoy. I don't understand what it's I don't know understand if it's that engaging for adults, but I guess because like people seem to like it. I don't know. I know that's quite popular. And Peppa Pig is very big, but I don't really know like any children. I'm not in contact with any children. I don't have any like young nieces or nephews or anything like that. So I actually have no idea what's popular these days. I only know off the internet. But yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot even the main thing that happened this week. Yesterday there was an earthquake, which is very very unusual for here. Like Vancouver rarely ever has. I mean, the last like proper earthquake, I think like it probably was like 20 years ago, where it was like genuinely like noticeable. Because like we've had earthquakes since then, like small ones, but it's like I've slept through some of them. Like it was like it's like you can barely feel it, you know. But the one yesterday, it was like shaking for a minute, and I was like, it was shaking to so little to the point where I was just like, like, is it an earthquake? I was like, sometimes you just like, do I imagine it? Like, is it just windy? Like, is the building shaking a little bit? Or did a giant truck just crash or something? You know, like I was kind of thinking that, or like I thought maybe my neighbors dropped something. That was kind of the amount of shaking. But then there was like two really big shakes, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the earthquake. I was like, that's definitely an earthquake. But by the time I realized, it was over. It was like there was two large shakes, and that was it. So it wasn't very dangerous. At least here in Vancouver, like it wasn't like buildings falling down kind of thing. It might be like if you had something kind of balanced, it might fall down. Like it was like that, but like no damage. You've never been in an earthquake in your life? They're quite uncommon. I mean, it depends where you live, right? Because like in Japan, it's like a casual thing. Like they're like, oh, there's an earthquake like once a month, you know? Like not actually, but like it's quite common. But here it's like, yeah, they say we're gonna get a big one at some point, but you know they always say that for like the last like 20 years. So like who knows? You didn't get a five something a few weeks ago here in New Zealand? That's quite high. The one here was like 5.1, but it was not in Vancouver. It was like a little bit north of Vancouver, maybe like a hour drive out of like north. So that's probably why it probably wasn't a five like here. Because I definitely didn't feel like it. So yeah, I don't know how it was in the north area, but here at least it was fine. But yeah. Oh, I've actually been in like a major earthquake. I've been I don't know, I've probably told this story before, but I go to Japan every year because I have family there, and we actually had just landed in Tokyo when they had that really big earthquake in 2011. Um, Tokyo was fine. Like the biggest part of that earthquake was like in the north, right? And there was like tsunamis and stuff like that. But in Tokyo, it was mainly fine. It was very shaky. Don't get me wrong. It was very shaky, but I was in an airport, and airports are generally pretty sturdy. Um, but yeah, we were supposed to fly to my mom's hometown, and we couldn't fly because like all the flights were canceled because there was like a major earthquake, right? And we had to sleep at the airport, which was a fun time. I was like 11, so like I didn't really care that much, but I think it was probably like my mom probably wasn't having a good time. But like it was an airport, so they were very prepared. They had food, they had water, they had sleeping bags, they had change of clothes, like they had everything. They had like so much preparation for earthquakes, so it was kind of cool in that sense. The 2011 quake and the tsunami that came after was crazy. Yeah, especially the tsunami. The tsunamis I think are like this the really. I mean, obviously a big earthquake can be really scary, but like tsunamis are really brutal as well. And, like they're very devastating. They do happen occasionally, but we're quite far away from. You probably don't even notice them because like we have small earthquakes here as well, and like a lot of times like it's not that often, but like it's like every maybe few years, and like I would end up just like sleeping through it. Sometimes I would wake up. Like I think once I woke up when I was a teenager, but there was one like a year or two ago, and I didn't wake up. I didn't feel anything. And sometimes it's like I live in like a condo, so like sometimes it's just like I'm just like oh maybe my neighbors dropped something really heavy, like that's also possible. Because like, sometimes I can feel like it shakes a bit if they drop like I don't know. I guess it would have to be really heavy, like a fridge. Maybe they're carrying the fridge around and then they drop it. Like who knows? Who knows? It could happen. But yeah, it's pretty uneventful. Aside from that, I went on the Vancouver subreddit as you do, and there was like 100 posts. There was like 100 posts just like earthquake, and it's just a title earthquake, earthquake, and it was like there's so many posts, and then they ended up deleting them all and making like just one overall post because it's like guys, stop posting it. Like yeah, there was an earthquake. Can you not tell by like the 500 other posts that are here? I think in a small quake, I'd probably think I'm just experiencing vertigo or something. Yeah, that's what I felt too. Yeah, I thought maybe, yeah, like I said, I thought maybe my neighbors dropped something, or I was just feeling kind of shaky. Like I don't know. It's not uncommon. Maybe I'm just dizzy. Like I don't know. And sometimes you can just feel like you're imagining it. If it's like small enough that you're just like, oh, it might just be in my head. Um, and sometimes like, if you live in a high rise, sometimes the building is a bit like it doesn't like shake, but like if it's like really windy or like sometimes it could just feel like a bit more like obviously it's not shaking, but like in Wakamin, angel, gluten, tag. Yeah, that's what they say. Those people, those people as in angel. But yeah, hope you're doing well today, angel. Um, what else? What else is big? You know what's even bigger than an earthquake? Um, I have been watching Jack play Baldur's Gate, and then I decided to borrow the game, and I haven't gotten very far. I was like, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try, even though it's like the game that would be least likely for me to ever play. Um, I've been frequenting the girl gamer subreddit, which sounds really cringe, but it's just a community of women who play games. Um, and they really like Baldur's Gate. They're like, yeah, the female characters are very well written. And the male characters are also well written. It's not like at first I was like, I don't know, I was kind of like put off because I was just told about the nudity in the game, and they're like, oh, you can like customize the genitals of your character. I was like, why? First, I still think why. I still think why. Like that seems unnecessary. Um, but apparently there's a lot, especially after watching the game a bit. There's a lot of variety in the female characters, and not all just like you know just there to be like attractive, like there's some old characters, there's some, like not everyone is just like hot skinny young women, like like in like League of Legends. It was not like one of those things where like the male characters get to be like goblins and orcs and stuff, and the female characters are all like, oh, she's a goblin, but she's just really hot. Like I don't know what happened. Like, you know, that's kind of what League of Legends does, like with Kai'Sa. Um, but yeah, Baldur's Gate doesn't seem to do that, and the characters seem cool. I don't know why there's so much like, yeah, I don't know why you can like. Okay, firstly, also, so we some bird just got flew into your living room window. Is it okay? Is it dead? Um, but yeah, it's firstly, I only got as far as character customization and the opening cutscene, which was really cool, by the way. The graphics are crazy. I didn't know this because I had only seen like the gameplay part. I never seen the cinematic cutscenes. The cutscenes look crazy. I'm a bit of a graphics anti sometimes. But yeah, you when I was customizing the character, you can't customize the face. So, but you can customize the genitals. Like why? I mean, I guess there's no like sliders. It's just like presets, but there's only presets for the faces, and I'm like, why would you like? I really don't like that. I wish you could customize more on the face. You know, like I wish there was like you could choose like different noses and different eyes, because like literally I could choose between some presets, and it chose the one that looks Asian, but like she looks nothing like me. She looks she looks 0% like me. So I'm kind of sad about that. Julie owns the impact, but we'll edit that. I did look because I was curious, but I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna bother with this. I didn't, not a huge fan. I don't know if I'll turn off nudity or not. Um, I don't know. Baldur's Gate 3 wasn't released here on New Zealand on disc for PS5, so I've had to play it due to high. Wait, there's no physical copy? That's annoying. It's a big game. I downloaded it on PC and it was like, it's like 100 something gigabytes, like 130 or something. I really prefer physical games for PlayStation. You can't tell because you're on the sixth. Oh, that sounds like a first floor person problem, yeah. And welcome in, Seta. You came into KDA, of course, of course. Who's out there looking at people's faces? It's a story game, man. They show the main character's face so much. I want to be able to change the face. Why can I change the genitals but not the face? Like, why? If you wanted to like have in-depth customization, there should have been more, you know, to do with that. I'm just there to smash the bear. Yeah, I heard you can romance the bear and also the mind flayer. So I'm kind of leaning towards mind flayer. I do really like Gale. I'm a big fan of Gale. I've been on watching Jack's playthrough. I love Gale. But I'm not sure if there's other characters, like, cause I know the playable characters, but I'm not sure. Like, I know from what I hear, there's other characters that you can romance outside of the playable characters. So I'm probably not thinking of some. Can you romance the devil? Cause I kind of like the devil. He's kind of fun. You can get digital, but I'm forever deleting things off. You play far too many games. Yeah, I'm not a fan of, like, I feel like just the disc one is so much easier, you know? Because like I don't mind digital only games if they're like indie games, because like, you know, having a physical version of like an indie game is not, like, if it's like a really small, like in terms of like file size, if it's very small, then it's like not really worth. But like for like big AAA games, I prefer a disc. Have you seen Monster Hunter Wild? I heard the customization in the game is another level. Ricky is really trying to convince me to play it. So I have heard about it, but I wasn't aware of the customization. But yeah, as long as I can make my character cute, then like I don't mind. But like sometimes it's like, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Obviously, I'm not a fan of like the reason I'm like kind of unsure about Baldur's Gate is the setting, right? Like I'm not a big fantasy enjoyer, because I just don't like I have to wear like armor, you know? Like I just like, I mean, I guess you don't have to wear anything, but like I don't know. Like I just like the Like I don't like the outfits and stuff, and like I'm not a big fan. Like I'm not a big fantasy person, right? When there's like the whatever, the orcs and the druids and whatever, all that stuff. Um, Also like the the customization, like the actual like the class and the race and stuff was like very confusing. I kind of just let like Jack choose, but like some of them are like very like I was watching the video, Rasputin's video, where he like got his wife to play the game, and she's also like not like a fantasy enjoyer, and like he was trying to explain the classes to her, and he like at a certain point he was like, "How do you explain the difference between like there's like." I can't remember what it is. It's like sorcerer and like wizard, or like sorcerer and mage, or something like that. There's like there's a bunch that sound really similar. And there's like cleric, and like they all kind of just sound like magic guys, you know? Like it's like what is the difference between them? And then like yeah, fighter and barbarian, like all those things sound really similar. And then so he ended up just like describing like which ones are more magic-y and which ones are less magic-y. Like it was like, okay, this one is magic-y, they fight from a distance, etc. I feel like it's kind of missing because like I feel like if I was playing alone, like I probably wouldn't play alone, but like if I was playing alone, um, and I was presented with all these options, I feel like I would not know what to do. Like I'd be like, what do you mean I have to choose between a high elf and a wood elf? I was like, what does that mean? Like it doesn't mean anything to me. Like come on. There are a bunch of romance options. If by devil you mean Karlach, then yes. The devil guy, the guy who he takes you to the house and he has like wings. You know the guy? The red guy. He has wings. I don't know his name, man. Everyone has that's the other thing I don't like about fantasy, the names. I'm like, why do you guys have names like this? It's always like slightly confusing. So I never end up learning anyone's names in fantasy shows and in games and everything in fantasy media. They've got different lore, but like that's just my character, no? What would be? I guess you mean like a like lore in like the world itself. Is this like standard, or is this like is this standard, or is this like D&D specific, or is it? Do these fantasy races go across all fantasy stuff? You could also play Final Fantasy 14. Just do glamour endgame. Endgame. It's gonna take forever. Um, Put on any gear skin or any piece of gear, so you can have like a person wearing a tuxedo or yukata. Sounds weeby. I don't know if I'll ever reach the end game of an MMO though. That sounds like a lot of work. And Wakamin P, cute hair clips. Thank you, thank you. If you make that Chainsaw Man reference, banned. No, not actually, but whatever that was. You might not know. If you don't know, good. Bryant, Lord of the Dragons. Sounds weird like that. Welcome in, Ricky. Lord of the Dragons, Bryant. I just named myself my name, but maybe I wasn't supposed to. Maybe I was supposed to. Wait, was I supposed to make a character and like come up with the backstory? I guess I was, right? Because it's like D&D. I just self-inserted myself. But I guess you were supposed to make a different character and then like make a backstory. But I don't know anything about the backstories. You know, like I don't know what's plausible. Like what if I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what jobs and stuff there are. Most fantasy games copy D&D races. That makes sense. And welcome in, Maestro. Now you have time to see you stream. Your back was hurting. Understandable. Understandable. It's okay. You could just lie down now. You haven't seen Chainsaw Man. Good. Good. Your Baldur's Gate 3 character is unarmed? Why is he unarmed? He just fights with his hand, you mean? I picked Bard. And I have a guitar. I thought it was cool. Because apparently there's just like a support. And I was like, that sounds fun. But then like, the thing that they mentioned the thing that Rasputin mentioned in Baldur's Gate is that it would be nice for like beginner players or like people who are not strategic minded if you could have like your party controlled by AI and like you just control yourself. Cause like I'm the one part that I think would like I like story games and like I feel like Baldur's Gate is probably very well done in that regard, right? But um the one thing I think that really holds me back is the combat, right? Because you have to like control your whole party and like it's very like complicated, right? Um so I'm on like the easiest difficulty, but like I still think it's gonna be like a you know like Rasputin's wife had was definitely not having it like when you look at like the menu there's like so many options for it's like you have like the spells and there's like 60 of them and you're like what am I supposed to do with this, and then like every time I haven't gotten this far but from watching Jack play, like when you level up it's like oh level up choose an option, there's like 60 options, you're like what am I supposed to do with this? Like that's crazy, you know. I end up just going on my phone when he's like leveling up because I just it takes so long, like even like he knows what he's doing. It takes a long time. There's so many options. There's like 50 spells, and you're like choose 3, and you're like can't be bothered. Cannot be bothered. Um, childhood farming accident. He's unarmed. Oh no. She. Oh sorry for assuming. And because she's a puncher, you're just brawling. I see. Your least favorite part of Baldur's Gate is the combat for sure. Really? Do you think the combat is weak, or do you think it's just not your thing? Because, like, I can't really accurately judge it because it's, like, very much not my thing. Um, but I don't know. I'm playing on controller because I heard, well, at least I've heard from that video that if you play on controller, it kind of simplifies the UI. In terms of, like, it shows, like, less spells and stuff on the screen. And like, or, like, I think it's, like, a pop-up menu or something like that, and it shows less stuff. And you can control your character with the stick instead of like clicking, which is helpful. We don't like right click games. Like the story and interacting with everything, combat gets in the way of that. Honestly, after that opening cutscene, I'm a bit invested in the story, you know? Even though the only opening cutscene only shows Lizelle and I really don't like her. It is unpopular. I hate Lizelle. She's so weird. And she's so mean. I don't want her on my team. I'm gonna leave her behind. There's so much to do in the game. You can get a spell to talk to animals. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know what like I'm interested in the story, but I feel like the stuff in between would be like tedious. I don't know. Like obviously the combat doesn't appeal to me at all, but who knows? Who knows? We'll see how it goes. I do like the characters. I think that's something that really helps. Is like I like a lot. I think the characters are really fun, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know much about. I don't know much about like where the story goes or anything. And you guys know I don't like quests, so I don't. I'm not sure how this will. Not sure how this will go. Like, I have no idea. But I think like for me, even if I don't like the fantasy part of it, if the story itself, if the characters are compelling enough, then I don't mind. But when I think about it, I don't think there's any fantasy thing I've really enjoyed. Like maybe Genshin, but Genshin's like a bit different. It's not like proper. It's not like fantasy in terms of like there's like goblins and elves and stuff, you know. It's a bit more. I don't know, like grounded. I guess I don't know, but yeah, I don't think. Yeah, because like I've watched Lord of the Rings and stuff, but like I don't feel that strongly about it. Um, like I would say it was neutral. Like if someone watching Lord of the Rings, like I wasn't bored. But did I feel strongly about it? Aside from shipping Aragon and Lego, no. But I did ship them, so maybe there's a lot of romance in this game. So like maybe if I can ship characters, it will get me through. Sword Art and Shieldbert from Sword and Shield are basically fantasy. Right, right. In what class are they? What class would you say they are? I think I picked like an elf. I thought the elf is cute. You met a wrestling hero. Ooh, nice. They went with the English VAs for One Piece and Raiden Show. You met Raiden Shogun? No way. That must be cool. That's because absolute cinema. I'm glad you had a great time. I mean, Raiden, that sounds cool. She must have a cool voice. Does she sound like her, like, normally? Sometimes they just sound like nothing like their character normally, you know? But yeah, I'm trying to think of something fantasy. Because, like, everything fantasy I've watched is, like, I just don't feel that strongly about it. Like, I've watched The Witcher, the show, and I was very confused by it, but I did like, um, what's the bard guy? I thought he was cute. You can romance any of your companions in Baldur's Gate 3, so there are lots of options. But can they romance each other? Like, what if I want to set up Gale with someone? Don't know who it would be, but like with someone. Actually, no, they can't have Gale. Gale's mine, but like, other than that, is Marvel fantasy? No, because it's like set in the real world, right? It's like super. What would it even be? Like, it's not really fantasy in that way. Um, I don't know what Nobara from JJK is. I'm sorry. Is Miju playing it? I made a character. Yeah, I made a character, but I'm not sure how far I will get. I've been watching it. I enjoy watching it. To like most of the time. Sometimes it's like there's a lot going on, but like I do enjoy like the story. I enjoy Gale. I want to fix him. He's hurting. Like something's wrong with him. He has to like eat all these shoes. Like he's like, oh, I'm in pain, and you're like, eat these shoes, man, and he eats the shoes, and he's like, thank you. Like what a weird guy, but like I don't know. Big step. We should romance Shadowheart. Oh, I'm not on the Shadowheart train. I'm sorry. Jack really likes Shadowheart, and he did the romance part, but I missed it. I didn't see it. So I didn't get to see the Shadowheart sex scene. Maybe that would have changed my mind. But I didn't. I haven't seen it. But I'm not a huge fan. I think her hair is weird. Like her hair is like there's like these side hairs that go like this, and they're just like stick there. Like they're like it's like hard. Like I'm like what's wrong with your hair? Like if I could change her hair, you can't change their appearance, but like if I could, then I would like her more, I think. But I haven't found any girls I really like yet. You know? Like I was hoping there'd be like a really cute elf girl. Have not found her yet. When you say fantasy, I'm assuming you're referring to like Arthurian fantasy, like whole knights and dragons, like Lord of the yeah, like dragons, elves, orcs, goblin, those like D&D, like that kind of thing, you know? Or like Witcher, stuff like that. Is that high fantasy? What does high? Chikano explained high fantasy to me like before, but I can't remember. Like even like Elden Ring, you know? The closest I come to fantasy story then is Final Fantasy. But yeah, Final Fantasy is like modern though. You know? Like I like the modern elements. I don't know what I don't know what about fantasy like doesn't appeal to me. I think it's just maybe I'm pretty sure like Rasputin in the video he like mentioned why she wasn't able to enjoy fantasy, but I can't and it made sense to me, but I couldn't remember what it was. Like maybe it's just not grounded enough. Like or there's just like a lot of I don't know. Cause like really the setting, the fantasy setting shouldn't play too much impact on the on like the how much you like the story. But I think there's just like there's just something about it. It's very distinct from other genres. I think you can change their appearance later. You can change like their companion's appearance. Sean like Raiden Shogun and a mix of eight. That's like the same person. They have the same voice. Can't wait for the Miju Baldur's Gate 3 stream. Well, look, Ratzi, don't get your hopes up. I literally just did the character creation, and the character creation was already a lot. Like, there was already a lot of options. Like, it was like, do you want to be a high elf or a wood elf? And I was like, bro, like, I cannot. Like, what? Why does it matter? I don't even remember what I chose on that one. I'm an elf of some sort. I just don't remember which one. So I'm not even close. Never played that kind of fantasy game. You might soon with Elden Ring. Have you heard of the Fantasy Star game? I have not. Cedar Coney is a Karlach fan. So is it the guy with the wings? The devil wings? And he's like red? That's the guy, right? I do like that guy. I think he's cool. But he seems a bit evil. You know, because being the devil and all. Is a red girl? No, no. Oh, the red girl with the horns. I saw her on the list of companions. Where's the clip? It's invisible. What if I just put my face here and I'm like, I'll pretend I'm in the clip. Okay, well that didn't work. Let's try again. Is it broken? Oh, it's broken. It's broken. I will refund you, Maestro. I'll look into that. I will look into that. Something's weird with it. I think something went wrong with their thing. Don't know. I will just pause that one. Okay, I'll just refund people. Look at the title and act out what you think the clip is. Oh yeah, I should do that. I should do that. She's a red girl that will explode. Wait, but doesn't Gale explode too? What's with all these people exploding? Because I was told that Gale was like, if he stopped eating shoes or whatever, he would explode and like level a city, you know? And I was like, what's wrong with him? Why is everyone exploding? Is this a common ailment in Baldur's Gate land? Is this common? Like, is everyone just... we don't even need bombs. Like, people just explode. I love that Miju said on eating shoes. And it's always shoes. He doesn't want anything else. I'm like, bro, do you want this book? He doesn't want a book. Do you want this sword? He doesn't want sword. It's shoes. It's always shoes. It's like shoes and gloves. Like he's always eating like accessories, you know? Like what's up with that? Like some things he's like, I don't want to eat that. I'm like, why are you being picky? Like, surely you can just eat anything that's like kind of magical. He's so picky. Yeah, it's I think he might explode too. But I'm not sure what's going on with these people. This is a common issue. Like everyone's mind flared and exploding. just nuclear detonation on a country, you know? Like I don't know. This is a dangerous world, you know? Giselle doesn't need a man. What? She doesn't need a man. Just accessories. But Gale needs a man. Who's Giselle? Gale needs a man. Gale need a man? Who does he need? I have no idea. I'm not a man though. I'm sure he'd be... Dopamine from Giselle. Like Giselle from Espa? I'm sorry, I didn't know she had a song. I don't know many Espa songs. The sentence didn't even make sense. It's not even the opposite. You mean Gale needs Giselle doesn't need a magic success. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Whatever. You can just say Giselle. It's about we were talking about Baldur's Gate. I would assume that it was a character from Baldur's Gate. You butchered it. That too. We can't just say Giselle as if she's like a friend that we know, you know? Like, we don't know her. They both need accessories. Yeah, okay. They both need accessories. Gil is very needy. He needs both. That's okay. Oh, I don't know if Like I don't know if I'll romance anyone. I think I just unless someone really appeals to me, you know. Like I feel like me and Gail could be friends, you know. Like he sounds like he seems friendly, you know. And welcome in, Chikano. How are you? No, I don't like Shadowheart. Sorry, she has weird hair. I told you. But maybe if I get to know her, I'll change my mind, you know? I haven't I've only seen bits and pieces. Like I haven't seen like a story part, you know? Get over the hair? I can't. I can't. She looks weird. I don't like her face either, no offense. No offense. She's just not my type. What can I say? Have you seen Gail's hair? His hair is luxurious. It's beautiful. He has, even if you don't like Gail, you have to admit, he has very nice hair. You Persona 5 yesterday. Again. Again. Oh my gosh. It's just shallow. I just don't know anything about her yet. I'm just going off appearance, yeah. But maybe I'll get to know her and she's really charming. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. Gail just like me. Why? Are you saying you have nice hair? Is that why? Maybe you should grow out your hair like Gail's. He has like magic hair powers, probably. But yeah, it's at least they give you a lot of hair options in the customization. Even though they don't give you a lot of face options, they give you a lot of hair options, which I appreciate. Gale is annoying, but he was helpful in fights. Yeah, he seems strong. He's a wizard, which is different than a sorcerer, which is different than a whatever. Like they seem like the same thing, you know? What are you mortals talking about? We're talking about LARP games. Your favorite. We're talking about Baldur's Gate. One of Chikano's favorite things. Different from a warlock. What the hell is a warlock? What is that? You play that now? I made a character. I've been watching it. But I don't know if I don't know how far I'll get. It's pretty like the combat and stuff is pretty tough. Like you have to like it's like turn based, but it's like very complicated. Um and also like yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's not like the setting is not super appealing to me, but the opening cutscene was cool, so you know, it's fine. Wizards learn their magic, but sorcerers are born with it. That's stupid. Warlock is like I think there's too many classes. Cause like some classes have like subclasses, and like I'm pretty sure someone said if you add them all up, there's like 50. I feel like that's a bit confusing. You know? Gonna play Witcher 4 too. Is Witcher 3 the one that's out, the Geralt one? I actually have tried playing Witcher, but I never got into it because like I like Geralt. I think he's cool, but like I like went into a battle and then you're supposed to like read a book and then like you're supposed to figure out how to fight the enemy by reading a book and then I got chased down by this like ghost thing and then you're supposed to like read and like figure out what to do. So I got annoyed. And also the controls on PlayStation are really bad. It's like he acts like he's like on ice skates, so like there's like too much momentum. So like if you like move forward and then you try to stop, like he keeps going a little bit. And I was like, it's so annoying. Every time, like, and if you're in a small room, it's like impossible to move around because he just like slides around. And you're like, bro, I want to do like a small, precise move. And he's like, nope. One step is like, I'm going across the whole room. I'm like, please, Gerald, like, slow down. You just finished a Stardew grind. I'm not done, but I'm getting kind of bored because like I like the early game grind in Stardew, and then once it's like late game, it's not the same. It's not the same. But I'm still working on my Skull Caverns run, so it's okay. It'd be cool if they had some guns in those games. I don't know. I'm really bad at shooting. I'm not a fan of shooting games because I kind of suck at shooting. So that's like my personal vendetta against it, you know? Because like I think shooting is hard. Maybe time to go to Ginger Island. I did go to Ginger Island, but I think it's kind of boring. IRL or in game? No, IRL it's easy. I'm so good. We've been over this. I went to the shooting range one time when I was 19, and I was pretty sick. The instructor was very impressed. But in games, I'm not a fan of shooting games. But I'm also not a fan of strategy games where people move like there's like a isometric view and people move like in Baldur's Gate. I think it's a bit complex. But like it's crazy. Like Baldur's Gate is so. It seems like such a niche game, but it's so successful. So like maybe either Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that is not as niche as I thought, or it's like just pure RPG elements, and it's like it's RPG game, you know, like a video game. Maybe that's the appeal, and there's a lot more overlap in a pure RPG video game and like RPG tabletop game than I thought, you know. Is gonna be the hunter in the apocalypse that can't even shoot in games. That's fine. That's fine. I'm sure many pro shooters suck at Fortnite. That's probably fine. Now that I've spent almost 300 hours on the last month of Persona games, I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know. Maybe you should like go aside. Take a short break from them. Heroes like take 30 minutes, get back into it. Who knew? But yeah, I'm personally very surprised at how like mainstream successful Baldur's Gate is, because even just like the character creation and stuff is like, for me that's like really overwhelming. But I think maybe it's just like I am not that well versed in like RPGs, right? Like in terms of video games, I found like even I found even Breath of the Wild a bit complicated. So that's just a big step for me, you know? Like it's like going straight from like right now the most complicated RPG I've played is like Genshin. And like maybe I just need to like work my way up. Maybe people who already play something like I can't even think of another RPG, but like I mean if people already play like something kind of similar and then they go to Baldur's Gate, maybe it's not as bad. Because like even looking at the combat menu and stuff, there's so many options, and I find that very confusing. And like a lot of the stuff is like unclear to someone who doesn't follow like fantasy kind of things. Like yeah, like all the classes are unclear, and then also like the stats are unclear. Like it's like what is perception and like what is like deception, and I don't know if that's a real thing, but you know what I mean. Like it's like I feel like that kind of stuff is like I'm not really sure what it's supposed to do, you know. I'm sure they explain it like when it comes up, but like when I was like I don't really. And then also one thing that got brought up in the video about Baldur's Gate, Rasputin's video, was like they make you choose like the class and everything before any combat, right? So like for people who have never like I've seen a bit of Baldur's Gate, so that's why I know. But like if I just went into it and they were like, okay, choose your playstyle now, but like I have no idea what the combat looks like, that's a bit confusing as well, you know? Like it's like I might just choose a class and then like I get into the combat, it's like nothing. Like I'm like, oh, this is like I don't have a feel for it. But I guess that's kind of the case with any like new game, right? That's also a problem with difficulty options, because it's like how do you choose the difficulty option when you don't know how do you choose a difficulty option if you are not familiar with the game? But that's like, you know, it's like I guess you could just restart or something, or just let you change it later. You can change class later, but you're kind of stuck with it for a while. Meter's a Boulder Gate player. That's me. That's me. I don't know. It's really not my type of game, so we'll see. We'll see. But I didn't think I would like Elden Ring that much, but I think Elden Ring is different because I like the boss fights. I've always been a boss fight enjoyer. It was choose normal or default in those cases. I am definitely a easy gamer. I think for me, default, I would usually choose like the easy one. Because I usually suck, you know, like if it depends on the game. I think these days sometimes I choose normal. But if it's like a story game, like for example, like in Baldur's Gate, I would care more about the story than the combat. I think a lot of times I just choose the easiest difficulty because I don't want the gameplay to get too much in the way of me experiencing the story, you know? But yeah, it'll definitely be an it'll definitely be experience. A new experience for me. But then yeah, I think it's like the reason I get so confused is like I obviously don't have a lot of experience with RPGs. So it's probably like a like extra large jump for me compared to other people. Um, so it's probably kind of tough. Boss fights were too good in nine slots. I could see myself enjoying Elden Ring for that. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. I think I mean, you guys know, like, I don't know if you guys know how I played Elden Ring. I beat the game with like 40, 50 hours. I did not explore at all in Elden Ring. Because I personally, like I said, the world does not appeal to me. I don't think the world. I mean, it's not meant to be like inviting, but like I don't find it engaging. Like I don't like the characters, and I don't like except for Blythe. But like I don't like the characters, and I don't like the setting, and I don't like the environments. So like I think that part the the setting really like holds it back for me because like I don't like fantasy, right? So like I'm not like wow, I can't wait to explore this castle. Like I'm like I don't like the castle, right? So it's like what's the point? So I didn't explore a lot in Elden Ring. I literally just went from like boss to boss to boss, and it was fun. Baldur's Gate is like 4 times as much RPG as other RPGs these days. Yeah, I think that's true as well, and that's probably why it's like I think like as much as I'm very passionate about like making games very accessible for people who are maybe not as familiar with games. But I think Baldur's Gate is like there's only so much you can do. Like it's a very complex game, and it's kind of like a niche. It's not like a niche audience, but like it's like they know their audience, right? Like they're like, okay, this game is like D&D, but like in a video game, right? And I think like if you're aiming towards those people, then yeah, some you can try and like add all the tutorials and stuff like that, and like you can try your best to make it accessible, but like it's never gonna be easy for like someone like me to just hop into Baldur's Gate and just play, right? It's not gonna be that simple. So I guess it's one of those things where it's like just because of the nature of the game and how complex it is, it's never gonna be that accessible. But they do a good job. Like they try their best, and especially with like the controller support and stuff like that, like it makes stuff a bit simpler. There's an easy mode and stuff, so like it's not the worst, but yeah, it's tough. You just spend so much time in Europe that these LARPer games are influencing her now. Perhaps, perhaps. A lot of games these days are LARPer games. I definitely don't like a fantasy setting though. I think I like I like wilderness setting. I like a outdoor setting, like a cool like pretty world that's like nice looking, like very just like nature. I like those kind of games, and um I like modern. I like modern settings as well. But I'm not a fan of fantasy settings. You miss playing D&D. Too bad your group bullied me. Why would you want to play with a group that bullied you? Get a new group. You're waiting for Dragon Quest 12? I don't know what Dragon Quest is. It sounds vaguely familiar, but there's so many games that have the word dragon in it. You know, there's like Dragon City. I'm pretty sure it's a mobile game. Dragon Age, Dragon Origin. You know, like there's so many I get them very confused. And the same way I get any games that start with the letter D confused because I there's like Diablo and there's Destiny. And then there's Dota. Dota I know because it's like League of Legends, but like I always get confused what Diablo is. Cause I'm like, is it a shooting one or is Destiny the shooting one? Like those two, I will never know the difference. Me just all about the Call of Duty world. That's true. That's true. It has to be a realistic war setting. To be fair, Call of Duty has like very realistic graphics, no? Kind of impressive. You don't play with them anymore. That's good. You should not. It's Akira Toriyama's JRPGs. How is that supposed to help me, man? Dragon Quest is the one that has the same Dragon Ball art design. Ooh, okay. Just start the game with the letter D and Miju gets confused. Exactly. Dragon Quest is the original JRPG. Damn. And Toriyama did all the character design for it. Okay. The original JRPG. That's kind of crazy. Diablo's like Dota, but for single player. Destiny is like WoW, but a shooter. Ooh, that makes no sense. How could it be WoW, but a shooter? What does that mean? Dota is fantasy, right? I don't know. I don't know the characters in Dota. Destiny is mid. What about Destiny 2? COD is pretty realistic. You die and respawn. I meant the graphics, dude. not the game. Like, I was very surprised at Baldur's Gate graphics because I was like, damn, why do you guys have such intense graphics? But the gameplay is like little guys on the board, you know? Like, like, and then the only experience I'd had, I never watched any of the cutscenes yet because I like missed it in Baldur's Gate. But like, when you watch the dialogue scenes, the mocap is so bad. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's mocap or not, but like, if whatever their facial animations are really bad. So I was like, when I saw the opening cutscene, I was like, damn, like, this looks really good. Bungie. Just like take Halo back. I don't have any horse in this race. Dota's fantasy originally used Warcraft characters. Oh, look at Ricky being a LARPer. And welcome in Sushi Gamer Sushi. How are you? In Baldur's Gate 3, the meta is to sell the undergarment, but the undergarments are cute. I like finding the nice not like the really raunchy ones, but like, you know, sometimes some of them are like a black suit. They look cool. But sometimes you look at the undergarments and it's like lingerie, and you're like, why are you putting Shadowheart in purple lingerie? Like, what is this? But sometimes they look really cool. Not the lingerie, but sometimes they have like, it looks very like tech kind of vibe, you know? But you don't need them with armor. What if they just want to wear their lingerie or their underwear? That's fine. Are you saying they should just they should just go naked under their armor? That seems uncomfortable. The poor characters. There's also a character named Ricky in Dota. I used to play back in your day. Ricky, did you play Ricky? Sometimes I wish that was a global emote. Caught? Can you describe it for us? Just describe it with words and we'll imagine it. Get your 14 gold instead. Is that a lot of gold? That doesn't sound like a lot. I want my characters to be comfortable. And then no. When you go to camp, aren't they just naked because they don't have underwear? They just walk around camp naked? Ratsy. Ricky played Dota once and he has the urge to speak in old English IRL and fight with foam swords. There's like a smiley guy holding his hand. Ah, okay, yeah. I can see that. He was the first character. I mean, it has to be, right? Like, if there's a character with your name, you gotta use it. Just fair enough. I know there's a character named Maya in Borderlands, but I've never tried her. I think it's like Borderlands 1 or something. As a sacrifice for the money greed? Are you sure? Every time you camp, Shadowheart is walking around naked? Are you sure it was about the 14 gold? It's sus. I'm calling it. Just don't gamble. I can't do that, man. They need to keep their underwear. Jeez. There's lots of Mayas and JRPGs. I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense. It's not that common of a name, though. And sushi. What? Thanks for the gift sub to Nightball. I'm sure they appreciate it deeply. I appreciate the gift sub, Sushi. Where are the Miju? Yeah, where are the Mijus? Where are they? Nightbot says thanks. Yeah. Deserve sub. You have a lot of paperwork. One of these days, I'm gonna show you my EM Feminine, like a melt Feminine. Was that your Genshin experiment the other day? I would love to see that, yes. But yeah, good luck with the paperwork. I hope it goes well. Thanks for the Nightbot sub. It's not slander. Chikano's Dota slander is crazy. He just has LARPing slander. We all know this. He just hates fantasy, which is I understand. I also hate fantasy, but I can tolerate it. I feel like if I hadn't watched Stranger Things, I would be a lot more confused with the Baldur's Gate story. Because like when they said Mind Flayer, I was like, damn, Mind Flayer. Just like Stranger Things. So it made a lot of sense to me. Things I learned, Miju's name Mai. You did not know that? You must have heard this. And as a LARPer and a weeb. People in Glass House, it's true. That's from Stranger Things, just like Stranger Things. For real. They roll a dice just like Stranger Things. That's me with D&D. Did they invent D&D? Give me Banzo Guardian. Right. Forget it, because I call you Miju. That's true. But once in a while, someone will come in here and call me Maya. Some people do that. Baldur's Gate is based on Stranger. Where's Steve? If Steve was there, I'd be very happy. Okay, let's go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Enjoy the Mallow Mart. The weeby, larpy Mr. Mallow Mart himself. Okay, BRB. Okay, I'm back. Baldur's Gate is D&D though. Doesn't it take place in the Forgotten Realms? I don't know. I didn't get the backstory yet. I'm not there yet. I just saw the Mind Flayer. He looked kind of cool. I heard you can romance him, and I was like, should I? And then I was like, no. He has a weird tentacle face. That's weird. He's like a squid man, you know, like it's a bit weird. But he's kind of cool. Can't help but be slightly intrigued. But you know, we'll see. I don't understand how that would even come to be in the story, because like he's a mind flayer. He's mind flaying people, you know, like what is like the consent there, you know, like what is the implications? we want this to be above the board, you know. Zelda's Japanese fantasy game, basically LARP Weep Central, but so is Elden Ring. It's a Japanese fantasy game. And it's even more fantasy. I do like Zelda's world. At least in Breath of the Wild, I think it's pretty because it's like kind of like soft and the colors are really nice. I think that's what I like. I'm not a big fan of the aesthetics of previous Zelda games, but Breath of the Wild definitely. Um, so I think it's more about like the palette as well, because like in Elden Ring and stuff, it's like a lot of dark like stone buildings and stuff. Even like the grass and stuff is like quite dark looking, and like kind of grainy, if that makes sense. I'm not a big fan of um the look. I think that's part of why I don't like fantasy. I think it has to. I think one, it's the character designs, like they don't really appeal to me that much. And two, it's like the aesthetics of the world. Um, Something about a dark elf named Dritz in the all. Yeah, I always forget that like D&D has like set lore, right? Because like for me, when I was thinking about when I thought about D&D, I just assumed that you just make everything up. But there's like rules and um there's like set yeah, there's like lore and stories that happen, that are like canon. Because I just assume that you just make everything up. Like you're playing and then you just make stuff up and then you're just like I thought that was the point because you're like because you're role playing, right? I'm like I just assumed it was like the adult version of like when you played pretend as a child, Like there's no like there's the rules are like what you make them, right? But it seems like there's like set rules. Zircoins. Why did I read that as zircoin? Zirconian coined a new term, LARP weave. Yeah, that's a new thing. It's a special kind of person, LARP weeb. Some people are LARPers, some people are weaves, but very few people LARP weeb. You had to live one day to the rest of your life. What day do you pick? That sounds awful. I don't know what day I would pick. I'd pick like a pretty pleasant day, like nothing too tiring, but like something pleasant. No contest, no consent to mind flaying dude is evil. What were you trying to say? No consent to mind flaying dude is evil. Is that what you're trying to say? What does that mean? Um, the aesthetic in Majora's Mask is sick and Twilight Princess. Sounds like a LARPing thing to say. You can make your own world if you just use the D&D rule set, but it helps lighten the load, because otherwise the dungeon master has to invent a whole world in every encounter. Oh, I see. But like when you're playing the game, like can you just say anything? Like so, like this is what I'm still confused by. Like, can I just be like, I run away and I dig a hole and I hide in the hole? Like, can I just say that? Like, or do I have to follow? Like, is there like a path? Like, is it like Baldur's Gate where it's like these are the options, or like this is like the range of options you can pick? But can you just say something completely random? Like, can I say like I build a spaceship and I fly away? You know? Like, is that a thing? Or like, is there rules? Like, can it be like I start flying like a bird? Or do you have to like predefine? You have to predefine the powers that you have. Mind Flayer's evil. He doesn't care for consent. That's not the kind of evil I can get behind. You definitely pick a Saturday. That's true. You could just pick a day where you don't work. That's pretty good. That's what your character would do: run away, dig a hole, and hide in it. But like, if there's just you could just do anything. You're just having a good time. Dungeon Master sometimes make a whole new thing just for the players to bugger off and avoid it entirely. Yeah, that's the thing. Because like in Baldur's Gate, like obviously you don't have true freedom, right? There's just you're determined by what you're able to do. But in D&D, that wouldn't be the case, right? But it just depends what you guys want to do, you know? You could go run and hide in your hole if you have a shovel. No, you could dig the hole with your hands. Nothing's stopping you. You have a weapon, probably. You could use that. Has anyone ever played The Last Guardian? I tried. I love my boy Trico. He's so cute. But the camera was too rough. And Trico was so annoying to deal with. No offense to Trico. I love him. So I refuse to be a DM. Being a dungeon master would be cool, but my god, it's so much work. Would you be a DM if I was playing? Or would that be like a nightmare? Let me dig my hole real quick with my quarters. Exactly. Nothing wrong with that. It has issues, but I still want to give it a whirl. I don't know if I recommend it. It's like the concept of the game, really cool, but the gameplay itself, oh, it's the camera sucks. Like it clips into everything. Like it's like a big Trico bird thing. Small room. Your camera's in the wall the whole time. You might have a better time with it though, because when I played it, I was still very new to like 3D games. So like I was already having trouble with the camera, and the game having a terrible camera on top of that was like too much. They need to fix some cameras issue. I don't know. I played it like months after it came out, and I was having a hard time, but I don't know. Maybe they fixed it. But I think it's just like an issue because like Trico is so big, and the camera just doesn't have space. If I'm a DM, you're not going anywhere near my game. Valid, valid. You love to play D&D with Miji for sure. Entertaining. You would? Okay. As long as you're not the DM, right? Yeah, it wasn't even just the camera issue. So in The Last Guardian, it was like Trico's required. Like there's a lot of puzzles, right? And Trico's required for a lot of them, but like sometimes he's very like, okay, apparently it's a bit on purpose that he doesn't listen to you all the time because he's like a creature. But like in gameplay itself, like it's really frustrating to like he's required to like he's like you have to use him to solve a lot of the puzzles, but he like doesn't behave in the way that you like call him over, he doesn't come, or like he's supposed to like catch you midair, he just lets you die, and you're like, oh my god, like you're just at the mercy of like this AI who they purposely made that wouldn't listen to you all the time. Even Baldur's Gate 3 with Miji must be entertaining if you let her lead. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I was watching Razatan, highly recommend that video. When she was playing, like she had a lot of, she just wanted to like solve things like amicably all the time. She was like, which is valid. I'm like, for me, as someone whose first RPG ever was Undertale, I'm always just like, hey, let's solve this non-violently. Like, let's talk about it. Isn't he like a griffin? I don't know what a griffin is. He's like a bird combined with a cat. Yeah, it's toriko, right? So it's like bird cat. It's like tori combined with neko. I think that's what it was. Baldur's Gate 3 with Miju would be like Stardew Witch. What? What would even be like I'm not sure what would even be like I guess the person in charge of the Baldur's Gate party like picks all the story options, right? Why not Neri? I guess I just like Trico better. I don't know. I thought it sounded cool. Ask them. But yeah, I've never. Sorry, I forgot to read. I forgot to answer. But I have not played Shadow of the Colossus. It's something I do want to play though. I have watched it. I watched it on YouTube a few times, and I've watched Estat play it as well. I don't know if I would enjoy. I like the game. But obviously it's like I don't know. The older games and stuff are a bit sometimes a bit harder to play. Like they're a bit more like janky, I guess. But I like the concept of the game. It's a very nice game. And like it was very revolutionary, you know? I like the vibe of the game. But do I want to climb up all the colossi? Don't know. I think I'll just get annoyed. It's a good single playthrough game. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I think I just love like there's like vast area, and then there's like these huge colossus, right? I think it's very aesthetically pleasing, you know? Or it's cool. Like the scale of it and everything, they did a really, especially for the time, like they did a really good job. It's very iconic. Because games these days, like when you think about it, like not to sound like a boomer, But like games these days are very complex, right? And you take a game like Shadow the Colossus, and it's such a simple game, right? Like the world, there's like nothing there except these massive colossus that you climb, right? But like there's not much to the game. But it's good, right? Like, but then like you compare it to a game like Baldur's Gate, and Baldur's Gate has so like obviously it's still a good game, but like the games these days just have so much more stuff, right? Just because like the hardware can support it now. The remaster looks so good. Yeah, if I play, it would definitely be the. Is it a remaster or a remake? I thought they had a remake. Yeah, they definitely have like a newer version. So, I mean, it probably came on like PS1 or PS2, right? I don't think I own the game though. You got ghosted by a girl named Sarah this week. You thought you were having a nice conversation. Should have asked if her favorite dinosaur was Triceratops. Yeah, that would have definitely saved it, Ratsy. Yeah, she would have been convinced. I don't think I'd be able to enjoy Baldur's Gate since I'm an action enjoyer, as in actively pressing something. Yeah, I mean, you guys know I'm not a. I don't like strategy. I don't like thinking ahead and like planning all these strategies. The thing I don't understand about um Baldur's Gate is like the thing I don't like about the okay, the thing I like aside of like the nature of the combat, obviously I don't like the nature of the style, like the strategy kind of style of combat, but the one thing I like really don't like is like there's so much like missing. like half the attacks that happen on the field are misses. I'm like, what's the point? Like why do they miss so? It's like you're playing Pokemon, but there's no accuracy above like 75%. Like it's like constantly missing. It's like what it's just like goes on and on. You do a whole turn, everyone misses, and it's like why are you guys doing this? Like what's it just drags it out, I think. You're gonna head out. Okay, okay. Take care, hero. I'll see you next time. I think less is more. Those Western RPGs go overboard. In my opinion, sometimes on con. Yeah, I agree. I feel like having more quests, more things to do, like a fuller map. That doesn't necessarily mean it's better. I think the quality of the content matters more. Like if you have like 1,000 fetch quests, that doesn't make a game good. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are quite old and were both very complex too. That's true, that's true. But games these days, it's like I was watching a video about like why there's no stealth games these days, and it's like any game now can include stealth, right? Like it's like before, like that was like just stealth, but now it's like we have like sandbox stealth games or like all this stuff. So it's like there's so much more to it. You can have like multiple like a game that would be like multiple games in the past could all be in one game now. I don't get how you don't like thinking ahead in games that require advanced and extra plans IRL. That is not the same thing, Ratsy. I think we compared it before too. Like liking strategy games is like people who like overthinking. And I'm someone who doesn't like overthinking. Like I think character like where it's like you're trying to think of what the other person's gonna do and then you try to plan for that, you know? I feel like that I don't like that. I don't like that in real life too. And Hakim and Kalani, Baldur's Gate 3 and 7. I've been watching Baldur's Gate, so I was giving my Baldur's Gate opinions. We like Gale, even though he eats shoes. And we don't like Lysel. Lysel is so weird. I hate Lysel so much. Can I murder her? Oh, I won't murder her, but like, I kind of want to. I think XCOM would be me just like favorite game of all time. What is XCOM? You're just gonna hate the quest in Baldur's Gate 3. I've seen the quest list. Yeah, it's ooh, I don't know about that. I'm gonna miss so much content probably. You got 100 to 200 hours on that game? That's a lot. That's a lot. We hate Gil. What? You hate Gil? Why? He's so nice. You're a Mass Effect enjoyer. Oh, yeah, you're answering Chicano. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I always get those games messed up, like Mass Effect and Dead Space. those two games, they don't have the same letter, but I get them confused. He's so needy? Really? That's a bit annoying, yeah. What about ravioli scale? We love ravioli scale. We love Lysel and Shadowheart. Tank and healer. But I'm a healer. I picked a bard. So I don't need Shadowheart. But I hate Lysel. She's so mean. XCOM is a sci-fi tactical game. Think Baldur's Gate combat but grid-based permadeath. And sometimes you lose the whole team because your 98 accuracy shot miss. That sounds terrible. What the hell? That sounds terrible. I don't like that. Yeah, that sounds actually the worst game. You're right. You're right. So no longer is Baldur's Gate anti-Miju game. XCOM is anti-Miju game. Healing cleric over bard. Oh, so do I need both? I was kind of worried about or I guess Jack was worried about not being they're not having a frontliner. But I thought I would pick that girl, Minthara. Even though she seems kind of mean. She seems kind of evil. Evil Root is so crazy, pretty much. I can't wait to kill, go on adventure death. Let's work harder together. What? So do you like help the mind flayer or something? What's the evil route? Can I kill Lysel? Think Link could have taken over the Rito if he showed them some of his poultry bros. Oh no. We also love Minthara. She's cool. Accidentally, I made Jack kill her on his playthrough. Because I was like, she was being mean. She was like, I'm going to raid the camp. And I was like, yo, she has cool armor. We should kill her. And then he was like, yeah, let's kill her. And then he killed her on his save. But then I found out later, I was looking at the list of playables, and I realized she was playable. And I was like, oh my god, we killed her. That's my bad. That's my bad. That was on me. I thought she was a danger to like that guy. Like, you know, she was gonna raid his camp, so I was like, oh, that seems bad. New subclasses are coming out. Is there not enough subclasses? I literally have gone through the character creation. There's like 50. Is there not enough? Do people want more options when there's literally a sorcerer and a wizard and a magician and they're all different? You want to romance the evil assassin in late game, but the stupid game won't let me. Too bad, too bad. Did to be evil as well? You can kill anyone on the evil route. Like, you brutally mutilate Gale in the beginning. That sounds like you would like that, though. You said you hate Gale. What do you not like about Gale? He seems like a kind man. There's never enough subclasses. That's not true. There's too many. Never enough, plus some subclasses suck, like Warlock. Like, Will is a Warlock, right? I was disappointed. I heard he was bad, but he's handsome. Kind of hard him on my team. And Cleric gets the Undead subclass. That's bad? Isn't Shadowheart a Cleric? So me and my friends on a playthrough, I was a paladin and Gale tried to romance me and they won't let it down. You gotta go. You gotta go. Apparently he takes you to the astral plane and your souls have sex. Like, I don't know what that means, but you gotta go find out. If it's your soul, look, if it's your soul, then it doesn't count, I guess. I don't know. I like Will Eldritch blah. What? What are you even saying? You don't sing that way? It's not gay if it's your soul. Look, it doesn't count. Your souls do it, not even you. I don't really understand how this works. Like, can you get pregnant? Like, can your soul get pregnant? Like, how does that work? Maybe it's like you just can't get pregnant. Maybe that's good. Team Shadowheart. Why do all the men like Shadowheart? Is it just because she's like the only like human-looking woman? Human-looking, young-looking woman that there's an option for? To be fair, there's not much else, right? It's just your soul. Exactly. That makes it it makes it 100 times worse. No, I think it's fine. It doesn't count, man. And welcome in Blue Flare. Hope you're doing well today. Your soul will always be tainted? Nah. You restarted your game after accidentally romancing Lizelle over Shadowheart. Isn't Lizelle like real? Jack was telling me like Lizelle like is like really aggressive, and she says something like, "I'm gonna come to your tent and I'm gonna take what's mine." Like she didn't even ask. Like she's kind of like threatening assault. Like I'm like that's a bit aggressive, you know? Like maybe if it's like if you're both on board with that, but like it didn't seem like he was, you know? Like it seemed like it gave consent for her to do that. It's because we love elves with daddy issues. I see. But she's cute though. Lizelle? Don't know if I agree with that. She knows what she wants and is confident. That's true. She is confident. I have to give her that. But she's kind of mean. I don't know. I don't know if I'm on board with the romance. Your buddy loves Karachi. Carlock. That's the red girl, right? Guys, I can't remember anyone's name except Shadowheart, Lizelle, and Gale. I don't remember what anyone's names. Y'all some real LARPers up in here? They are. But like there's no penalty for romancing multiple people, right? Red girl that explodes. Yeah, why does she explode? Carlac is muscle mommy. Yeah, I can see that. I don't really care for the romance. I more so want to be power hungry on your last playthrough. Go for it. You can't romancing multiple? Really? They got mad? Like, Lizelle would be like, you cheat on me, I'm gonna stab you. Like, she probably would, right? Or it's like the option is just not there. Your character is virtuous. Like, you can murder everyone, but you can't sleep with two people. That's crossing the line for them. Maybe. You return with a breakfast burrito? That sounds delicious. I hope you enjoy it. But to restart, you can just reload a save. What's funny is my friends up with the mind flayer and everyone was disgusted. Wait, so I don't understand how that comes about. Because I heard about this romancing mind flayer, slightly interested, but I was like, how does that even happen? Are you under his control when that happens? Because that doesn't sound right, you know? Like, what is the consent situation here? Are you still mind flayed? Or do you have your own free will, you know? Because at first, I thought the game was gonna be like I didn't watch the opening cutscene. I just kind of like saw part of the game and yeah, Jack was explaining to me about like the Mind Flayer storyline, and I was a bit excited because I thought it was gonna be like a meta thing. I thought it was gonna be a meta thing where like you, the player, are the Mind Flayer, you know? Because I'm like that makes sense because like you're controlling everyone, you know? You're controlling your party who are mind flayed. So I was like, what if we're the mind flayer? But it wasn't like that. I was excited. I like a meta story. But it's not that kind of game. It's because you can create a partner and the mind flayer took that form. Oh, so you don't sleep with him when he's like a squid man. Not interested anymore. I'm kidding. Someday you guys are gonna talk about a game I played and I'll be able to join the conversation. You gotta play Elden Ring, Ricky. And welcome in, Victor. Hope you're doing well today. You can sleep with them in squid form. There's like a choice. He's like, hey, do you want me to be in squid form or do you want me to be in like Jungkook from BTS form? And you're like, squid form. Oh my god. I'm just curious how that goes. The cute girl I created at the start, aside from my character, was a mind flayer romance girl. Was it? I thought that was like Guardian. What? Really? I should have put more effort into that character. Can I change the appearance of that character? I just kind of did something random. Wait, so I can just, so the character I choose at the start, the second character, I can romance that one? The Guardians of My Blade, sorry for spoilers. I randomized that character. I didn't know. I kind of want to change it now. I want to make it look like the guy from what the hell is that K-drama? You know the K-drama with the motorcycle guy? What, True Beauty. The man, the boy, the second lead from True Beauty. You can't change it. Well, I just started. I could just remake it, right? I still haven't beaten the game. I quit after finally sleeping with Shadowheart. That's truly beating the game. Meiji wants to make it look like Gio's boyfriend. No. The guy from True Beauty, you guys know. The second lead from True Beauty, the guy on the motorcycle. Beautiful. I can make it look like Tim Henson, but that feels weird. I don't think you can. You can only do that in evil shadow. Oh, you can only sleep with the mind flayer in the evil one. I don't know what evil shadow means. Unrelated to Shadowheart. Post game clarity. Can't you sleep with her really early? Isn't it like, cause like I'm pretty sure like it's like near the start of the game, right? You haven't gotten very far, or it just took you a while because she didn't like you. Was your Riz that bad that it took you the whole game to get her to sleep with you? Because I'm pretty sure it's quite early. Okay, I guess it won't matter, right? The Guardian won't matter because, like the Guardian won't matter because, what am I trying to say? Because I'd have to go pure evil. I don't really want to do that. Shadowheart has a lot of issues to work with. You can't sleep with her till Act 3. Are you sure? Well, how long is Act 3? How many acts are there? Because I thought it was, because Jack is like at the beginning of the game still, like at least mid game. Like he just finished the Goblin Camp part, and I think he already slept with Shadowheart, or maybe they just kissed. Maybe it's different. Maybe it wasn't a full. Maybe they didn't go all the way. Like I don't know. You kiss Earl. Okay, maybe it's just a kiss. She says we'll sleep together and she'll leave for good. What? It's that bad? You sleep with her and then she immediately leaves forever? That sucks. I'm sorry for you guys. It was really that bad, huh? Y'all acting like LARPers. They're acting like they're playing. It's like a romance game. Like it's like a Love in Deep Space Fantasy Edition. The only one you can romance early is Lysol and Minthot. Really? Interesting. Me and Shadow are dating now and she didn't leave. Oh, okay. That's good. Skanda came in here to ask about Persona. That's shit Persona? Kind of same thing. There's a lot of dating in Persona. Your paladin looks like a Chad and you can't unsee. I was just complaining earlier about the lack of customization on the face. Cause like I picked the race and then it only gave me like 8 options of faces to choose from. And I picked one, but like it doesn't look like me. So like I'm not happy about this. I wanted more options. It seems kind of weird. Cause like they gave you like 8 options for genitals, but like only 8 options for, like I guess it's equal, but like it doesn't feel like it shouldn't be equal, you know? I feel like I should get more options for my face, which I'll be seeing a lot more, you know, like hopefully. Currently playing other games until the new classes. What are you playing now? I mean, I've been playing Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is more my speed. Kingdom Come 2 is Game of the Year. I'm not aware of this. I might play Infinity Nikki. I'm reaching. I feel like I'm reaching a breaking point with Genshin right now. I'm debating taking a break until Snezhnaya, but I'm not sure. The gold greedy good playthrough. Is that a game? It's a new game. The devs spent years and made the game so good. Oh, okay. What kind of game is it? Oh, in Baldur's Gate 3. Okay. Sorry, I'm not aware of this Baldur's Gate lore. Welcome in Wonder. Did you guys know the farts can travel 10 meters per second? Seems kind of fast. What is that in kilometers per hour? Like, what is the conversion? Like 0.01? I guess that doesn't help. Wait, that's per hour. That's per second. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the conversion is. You went for not spending gold but played good. I see. What's the greedy part? I don't know what my plan is. I don't know what my plan is. I think I haven't thought that far ahead. I just made my character and I'm gonna try and do stuff. But I don't know much else about the game aside from the dialogue options. Like not spending gold and selling things like undergarments for gold. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about selling the undergarments. I'm still not on board with this. They're gonna be naked at camp. They're gonna be wearing armor, like commando. Like that seems uncomfortable. And for Halloween for your Deadpool costume, NSYNC dance included. I want to see the NSYNC dance in the Deadpool costume. It just seems very. I don't like games where you pick up a lot of items. It's a weird take. I don't like games where there's like so many items. It's like, guys, you don't need this many items. You know, like it's impossible to sort through, and you're like, and like, can you even sort the inventory in Baldur's Gate? Like I don't know. Like it's all very confusing looking, and it's like, well, how do you know what to keep? How do you know what to sell? Like, I don't know. Like sometimes it's just too much stuff. Like everywhere you go, there's just like stuff. It's like, oh, it's like an Elden Ring. It's like there's like a fruit everywhere, or there's like random like bones, and you're like, what am I gonna do with this? Like, why does this exist in the game? Your coworker got the vid, had to do it to win the costume contest because there was another Deadpool. It's a. Well, I mean, that's very accurate to the movie, no? The other person could be the other Deadpools, you know? There's a lot of options. You only keep potions, camp supplies, and whatever armor weapons you're wearing. I guess it's fine. You don't have to keep a lot of items around. I just find it like it's like I feel like it feels extra bloated, you know? Like it's there's just so much stuff, and like at a certain point it's like I can't be bothered to pick everything up, you know? Like it's like there's so much stuff around. I'm just constantly picking stuff up. It's like at a certain point I just give up. I just give up picking stuff up. And welcome in, Kent. What did I have for lunch? It's actually like not even 11 a.m. So I didn't have lunch yet. I'm in Pacific time, but welcome in, Kent. What did you have for lunch? Oops, it's okay. It's not lunchtime yet. I had cereal for breakfast. That's the only meal I've eaten today. I had cereal and I had coffee. Can't survive without coffee. When I got my eyebrows done, I was apparently you're not supposed to have coffee. Apparently can make you bleed more. But I was like, I didn't know about this, so maybe that's why. I didn't notice blood spurting out or anything. You playing Path of Exile will be torture. There's so much junk to pick up. Yeah, I can't be bothered with that. I usually just stop picking stuff up. What's your cereal of choice? Mine is, it's like Quakers corn squares. It's like a puffed corn squares, but for some reason they like don't sell it anymore at like a bunch of places, and for some reason they only sell it at the drugstore. So like I have to go to the drugstore and get the cereal, and most of the time I don't end up having it because like it's like it kind of inconvenient because like I usually shop, you know, at the normal grocery store. The shop it doesn't exist. I mean, just the bad cereal is probably bad for you. It's probably not that bad for you. It's not that sugary. Me eating drugs for breakfast. Yep, that's me. You gotta go with what's cheapest. You just buy the cheapest cereal? No way, man. No way. It's just like corn. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a bit sweet, but it's not like really sugary, like, you know, like a Frosted Flakes or something like that, you know? I like it. But it seems to be uncommon. I don't know what happened to it. Because I thought originally that it was on recall because Quakers makes like the oats. So I thought maybe they were on recall, but they're not on recall. Welcome back, Sushi. I'm glad you got the paperwork done. GG's. I refuse to be overly frugal when it comes to food. You want to enjoy life. I try not to be, but it's kind of hard. Because food is really expensive here these days. Like, it's like, for like, you know, like, to use like a frame of reference, it's like honestly, like every food, groceries have gotten like ridiculously expensive. You went from Special K to Honey Nut Cheerios, and now I'm on Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You cannot speak to me about unhealthy cereal when you're eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I just say speaking of cereal, not drugs. Speaking of drugs, I had pasta last night. seems a bit unrelated. I don't know what you put on that pasta. What protein do you eat that's vegan? Do you think vegan people just don't eat protein? Like a carton of eggs is almost $10. Same, yeah. A carton of eggs here is like anywhere from $7 to $10, depending on the quality of the eggs you get. It's so expensive. And like one like block, like we sell our butter in like different size blocks, but like our block of butter is like this. It's like $10. I'm like, who's buying this? And now speaking of unhealthy, I said bad in terms of taste. Oh, I see. No, it tastes good. Gonna things like chew grass all day. Like beans, tofu. I think lentils have a lot of things have protein. Your egg cartons in supermarkets together are only like $5. Really? How many are in one carton? 12? Tofu has crazy amount of protein. Yeah, tofu has crazy protein. 12? Your eggs are only $5? What? Eggs here are like at least 7. Wait, why are you guys so cheap? Are they like Walmart brand eggs? Is it mad because it's in tofu? Wait, tofu's good. What do you mean? I'm not even vegan and tofu's great. The Americans are gonna invade you for the egg. True. They're gonna be like the conversion rate? Damn. There's some agedashi tofu now. Oh, so good, so good. I can't really make it at home though because it's like deep fried. Tofu's so good. Or like I like sometimes getting the dessert tofu. You know, the almond tofus and the mango, the peach, or what is it called? The mango tofu? Though it's so good. The snack ones are good too. I've never tried the banana one. I feel like the banana one sounds weird. Put some lemon juice and soy sauce. True. Some katsuobushi, the fish flakes. And welcome in bird. K-pop. Yes, K-pop. The crispiness. I haven't had agedashi tofu in so long. Cause I feel like it's something you eat at a restaurant, but like if I go to like a sushi restaurant, I'm not like that's not really like the thing that comes to mind. Like I'm not like I'm there to eat sushi, not tofu. But then we think about it, you can't make it at home, so could kind of want some agedashi tofu. Maybe my mom can make it. Your Chinese friend eats molded tofu? Really? Like that's like a dish, or like they're just lazy and they just eat it when it's moldy? Is that okay to eat? I guess blue cheese is like moldy, right? According to your grocery store online, a dozen large eggs are $4 to $7. That's pretty cheap. Apparently it's a dish. I mean, I guess, yeah. Oh, so is this that stinky tofu? Is that the same thing? I didn't know it was moldy. I just thought it was stinky for some reason. I was like, I wasn't sure why it was stinky. But I have heard about this, yeah. I've never tried it. I don't know if I'll be able to eat it. But like, yeah, a lot of cheese is just mold, you know? So like, I don't like the really stinky cheese either. Stinky Miji should eat stinky tofu. You eat it first and you let me know how it is. And then I'll try it. They ferment it into a moldy state, hairs coming out. I don't know. I don't know if I can eat that. The one thing I can't eat as well is like chicken feet. Cause they look too much like chicken feet. Like I know that's what they are, but like they're just like little like chicken claws like this. Like I feel like I can't. Like where do I even bite? Like what is this? I just cannot. I cannot deal with the shape. I want to be ignorant about where the meat comes from. And they marinate in chili oil. I mean, the chili oil sounds good. Saw a Charlie video about some Italian cheese made by letting maggots eat the inside. Ew. I mean, a lot of cheese is just mold. That's the thing. Like we're grossed out by like moldy tofu, but like blue cheese is just mold. You know? So it's like, but I don't like it either. So I'm gonna be non-hypocritical and not like both. If you're like gonna eat meat, you have to own up to it. I know. But it's tough, man. I feel like we just cut off their feet and we're eating. But then when you think about it, it's like it's kind of good that they're using the whole chicken, right? Like if you're gonna kill the chicken, eat the whole thing. But I cannot do the feet. Blue cheese is gross too. Yeah, I can't eat it. It smells so bad. The cheese is apparently dangerous if you don't eat it correctly. I mean, that's the same as like fugu, like puffer fish. It's like if it's not prepared properly, you'll like die. I'm like, that sounds scary. I think most of us would go vegan if we had to kill the animals ourselves. Oh, absolutely. You'll never catch me eating that. Yeah. A friend of mine has a family in Bangladesh and she goes vegetarian every time she visits because they like kill the chickens themselves. Yeah. I think we're just like very far detached from it, right? Like we're all like aware of it, but like you just put it out of your mind, you know? But since it magically appears in the market, no problem. Exactly. You'd smoke a chicken? You would? I also wouldn't wear clothes if I had to make them myself. I feel like I would still wear clothes. Even if it's like a sack, like I would still try. I couldn't kill an mammal though, I'd feel bad. Yeah, I couldn't. A bird, no problem? Don't they like cut off their heads? Like I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that. You've hunted food before, even fishing? Yeah, I mean, I don't think I can. That's fair. I'd wear garbage bag. Exactly. You'd wear something, right? You wouldn't be like Shadowheart walking around the camp naked, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I guess if I was like in like a survival situation, if I was in a survival situation, I would obviously hunt and eat animals. Like I would have to, you know? But like in the current environment, if it was like kill the animals yourself or just be vegan, I think I'd just be vegan. Miji can't fish either. I've never tried. It sounds kind of boring though. They just like sit there. Look at that's like a black garbage outfit. Yeah, you look cool. tie a little string around it, you know, like it would look nice. It would be really loud, but like I guess it's fine. And Wakamin cookie. Hope you're doing well today. Deer jerky. I never tried deer. It's mad boring, but the eating fish part. That's true. That's true. Imagine getting fresh fish to eat. That'd be a dream. Fresh fish is good, yeah. But do I want to catch it myself? No, it sounds very boring. Used to love fishing growing up. Yeah, I've just never tried. I know my brother has gone a couple times with my grandpa, but they've never caught anything. So, I've never experienced this. But I've had fresh fish in Japan at like restaurants, but it's not like immediately fresh, I guess. And welcome back, Maestro. That'd be a dream. Do you not have like seafood restaurants, or do you mean like really fresh, like 10 minutes ago fresh? Fresh fish is so good, minus the descaling and taking out the guts. Yeah, that part's annoying too. Yeah, sometimes you have to do that with the ones from the store as well. It's a hot take. Fish is yucky. That is a hot take, yeah. Seafood over land mammals. I feel like I used to be, but these days, such a beef enjoy. I'm sorry, that's not very vegan, but like these days, I don't know. But I do really love sushi, of course. I just feel like I prefer like sashimi over cooked fish. I don't like cooked fish that much. I only like cooked fish in certain situations. I kind of prefer. I just want it raw, you know. Yeah, Islander. So seafood is always on deck, of course, of course. I mean, yeah, like where my mom is from, the seafood is very, very good. So like I would eat like so much sushi. But I think recently in the last few years, I've been like, hey, can we go get like yakiniku? Like, cause like Miyazaki beef is really good. It's the best beef in Japan. It's like the best wagyu you can get. So, you know, it's not it's not bad. Dried squid sounds amazing right now. Oh, true, so good. I've been eating more beef lately. When's the gyudon? Oh, I make gyudon sometimes. If you want to scare people to go vegan, show them the slaughterhouses and make them confront how they get meat. Yeah, it's really gross. We just went to Seafood City a couple days ago for some fried fish. Nice, nice. I hope it was good. Yeah, there's a lot of like I don't cook like fish that much at home, like on my own. Like it's more like shrimp. The only fish I have like around is like shrimp usually. But I'm not the best cook, so. I love Jollibee at your seafood city. We don't have a seafood city here, unfortunately, like Kalani, but we do have Jollibee. I saw Jollibee the other day. I've never been to the Jollibee here though. I know when it first opened, it was like a huge line. I've only been to the one, um, I've only been to the one at in London. It's really good. One of the things that radicalized me is seeing how they dispose of the male chicks because they're not productive, so they have like a baby chicken short. Oh, it's so gross. Yeah, I feel like most people would feel like. I mean, I feel like I would assume most people are aware of like how messed up like the meat industry is. I mean, I think most people know, right? But yeah, it's just like I have nothing against eating meat. Like I have nothing against eating. Like I don't think eating meat is inherently wrong. Like if we were like a undeveloped country, right, and we were like out hunting and catching our own food and eating it, like I don't think that's inherently wrong. Um, but I think like I think like obviously like that is wrong. Filipino spaghetti is S tier. I tried to make it at home, but it like wasn't the same. Chocolate is vegan friendly. It can be. It can be if there's usually there's like milk in it, but you can replace it. Mango pie is gas. I never tried it. Wait, I gotta try that next time. Um, I'll eat the meat for your vegans. You'll eat enough for them. You haven't seen a mango since Cuba. You miss those. Mangoes are so good. My mom's hometown is really well known for mangoes, and like, but they have like in Japan they have like really expensive fruit for some reason, and some of the mangoes you can get are like $300 for like one mango. I'm like, who's out here paying $300 for one mango? I can go to the grocery store here. I can get a mango for like $1-2, and it's just as good. Like what, bro? Who's out here buying $100 grapes? No, Canadian dollars. You gotta be rich to buy fruit in Japan. Well, there's just like really, there's like normal variants of fruit. Like it's just like normal apples and stuff you could buy at the store, strawberries. It's like, it's kind of expensive, but it's like okay. But then they have like these like luxury fruits. Like they just have like luxury fruits that you would give as like a gift or something. Um, and they're really expensive. I'm like, who's buying this? Who's buying the $100 grape? Like who? The Cunning would be bankrupt eating there. He would not be able to resist the. No, actually, I don't know if the frugalness would extend. Like, not frugal towards food, but like, there's probably a line. Like, $100 mango. I don't know. They got a lot of fruits here that I had no idea what they are. Gotta try them. Every corner here got a Mexican vendor selling mangoes. Elote? What is elote? Do Japanese people just not eat fruit? No, there's like cheap versions of the fruit, but then there's like expensive ones. So it's like the designer fruit, kind of. The elote man is a gem. What is elote? For $100, the grapes better have gold on them. I know. I'm like, what makes them so expensive? That's like in no world is a mango worth like $200. I've seen the square watermelons in Japan. Those are cool. That would be easier to cut for sure. Elote is Mexican style corn. Oh. On one hand, $100 is ridiculous. On the other hand, imagine how good it must taste. I mean, like, I feel like I want to try it once. But, like, would it be something I get regularly? No. Like, I feel like I'll try one time the $100 mango, you know? Just once. But then after that, I probably wouldn't. There's no way it tastes like 100 times better than a $1 mango, you know? I was like, no name brand is cheap, but the name brand is expensive. Kind of, yeah. It's just like, I think it's just like the way they breed the fruit. Muckaman Star. You like jackfruit? I never tried it. It's elote. Okay, that makes more sense, yeah. If it's Mexican. Jackfruit is a cool substitute for meat. Yeah. If meat lived in Cali or Vegas, should be put on by Mexican food. I would, yeah, I would. I'm sure it's delicious. I could imagine it's not as common in Canada. Yeah, we don't have like the most like we have some good Mexican restaurants I've heard, but it's not like super common. It's definitely an underrepresented like I almost said genre cuisine. If you steal that $300 mango, you can get charged for grand larceny. Yeah, true. You can't be stealing the really expensive fruit. Mexican food is tier 1. Is there a tier 0? For me, I'm a bit biased. Japanese food, S tier. Japanese food and Korean food is my favorite. But I'm also... Actually, I love, like, most foods. Like, I feel like... I put, like, European food, though, no offense. Aside from Italian food, I put higher up, but... Actually, would I... Because, like, there's, like, Greek food and stuff as well. Really good. I don't know. I'd probably put stuff like French food, British food, American food. I'd probably put that stuff low. But everything else would be high. You know, like, every food that's not, like, those things, I'd probably put quite high. Italian, Mexican, Chinese is tier 1. You had a few Mexican people in Canada before, and we were like Spider-Man meme pointing at each other. It must be like quite uncommon. I heard like, it's quite well known that Vancouver, there's not a lot of black people here, and apparently like Some people have like they post on like the Reddit. They're like, I feel like whenever there's another black person in public, like we just like they expect me to like nod at them or something, you know? Because it's like it's very it's a very underrepresented demographic. Um, it's definitely a weird feeling, like going into a place and like if I go somewhere and like there's like I'm like the one Asian person like in the on the block, like it just feels weird. Especially growing up here, it's like feels so weird. Um, Chinese tier one, that's debatable. Yeah, I'd probably put Japanese and Korean above it, mostly because like I'm a bit biased, honestly. But like Hong Kong barbecue though, so good. You're biased. Hawaiian, Mexican, Japanese, Korean food are tier one. True, true. Only Japanese or Korean food have had Korean barbecue, so I'll agree with Miju S tier. You've never had other Japanese food? You never had sushi or ramen or anything like that? Bro, you live in Toronto. Bonnie knows the vibes, man knows how to eat. Fair enough, fair enough. We don't have. Oh yeah, I need to try out the Hawaiian. I found a few Hawaiian restaurants actually in Vancouver, so I'll need to go. There's not that many, but there's some. Mangosteen? What's mangosteen? We're gonna meet a third Ricardo and do that. True. I'm sure you could find another Ricky. It wouldn't be that hard, right? It must be a common Spanish name. Does Vancouver have a high Asian population? Yeah, exactly. And it depends where you are. Like it depends where you are too. Your bias is valid. Japanese food is SSS tier. Thank you. Thank you. It's so good. Your stir fry addict is tier one for sure for me. But Japan is stir fry too. But I guess it's not the same. I've had sushi when I want to eat it without others wanting to go. But you said you don't like seafood, so I guess it's valid. Real tonkatsu. It's tonkotsu. Tonkatsu is like the pork cutlet. And welcome in Death Row. Nice to meet you too. How are you doing? Mangosteen is a fruit. It's also known as the queen of fruit. What? Is it like mango? BRB lunchtime? Yeah, I gotta eat lunch soon too. I gotta run to my physio and Pilates. Are you doing good? I'm doing good too. Thanks for asking. Korean food is good too, but I'm not sure what vegan options they have that aren't kimchi. That's valid. Like I feel like I don't know much. I mean, I'm sure it's the same with Chinese food as well. I think any East Asian food, there's not a lot of vegan stuff because like they use like fish sauce or like like fish broth or like beef stock or like whatever. They use that stuff in like everything. So it's like it's not very vegan friendly. Need you educating us, please. You're welcome. Tonkotsu ramen is like the Kyushu ramen, you know? That's like I gotta represent. It's not like mango, but it's called mangosteen. That's confusing. Yeah, you can get like vegan kimchi though. I don't think it tastes that different. It's literally just like fish sauce. Um, but yeah, I don't think East Asian food is very vegan friendly, but yeah, Japanese food is just. I mean, it's like obviously you're gonna be biased to like the food that you're most comfortable with. Because like for me, it's like if I go like a week without eating rice, I'm like, man, I need rice. Like, how can I survive like this? You did re-up on pickled radish. Oh, that's so good too. I love the radish kimchi. I like the radish kimchi more than I like the cabbage kimchi. I think the radish one, the cube one, is better. But the you can't really. I don't really cook with them. You know, I have the normal kimchi for like cooking, of course. Because I always make like kimchi fried rice and kimchi stew. The worst part of rice is carrying the several kilo bag home. True, true. I hate it. I hate it. Um, Luckily I drive. I drive to the supermarket, but I guess if you're like taking the transit, it's like that'll be annoying. That'll be annoying for sure. The Corn King a 50-pound bag of rice through the snow. That's a workout. That's a workout. My friends mock me for eating rice with mashed potatoes. They say mashed potato substitute rice. That is kind of true. But man, I want both. That's a lot of carbs, man. I feel like for me, it's like I just want one carbs. You know, like I can't have rice and potatoes, or like I can't have rice and pasta, or like rice and bread. You know, I'm like I feel like that's a lot. Yeah, it's a bit weird. But you do you. If you want both, you want both. It's funny. Yeah, because you usually it's like you just have one carb, you know? It's like when I was at the back we're all judging you a little bit. You're back with cereal. That's your lunch? It's like when I was in London with Gwen and Key and Jack, and we went to a pasta restaurant, and then they asked, do you want fries with your pasta?" I was like, "What? Why would I want like fries with my pasta?" And then I was like, "Man, these British people are eating fries with everything. That's crazy." Speaking of mashed potatoes, the yellow Yukon ones are S tier. True, true. We listen, but we don't judge unless it's Chicano that we do. Okay, I'm sorry, Ricky. We know, we love you, but it's a bit weird. Yeah, we just have to say, but we won't judge. You know, we'll judge a little bit, but we won't think any less of you. Wasn't this Shay was very much targeted? It was locked on, yeah. The chip buddy? What? The one resort in the Dominican used to get pasta with corn and a bunch of other things thrown in it. What? You went to a resort in the Dominican Republic and you used to get pasta, but you get something else now? You're bad at aiming, you LARPers use swords? That's true. British people trying to cancel Keith Lee because he didn't like the Spud Buds baked potato that had tuna and beans in it. Kind of weird. I mean, honestly, the only British food I get behind is beans on toast. I think it's pretty good. Like chip sandwich. No, not the chip sandwich. I cannot get behind that. It's like I always take. You guys know when I'm in the UK, I always take picture of the cheese sandwich. The sandwich with just cheese. It's like, and it says cheese, no mayo, and I'm like, what do you mean? That's the description of sandwich. Cheese, no mayo. I'm like, what is that? And then there's one that's just ham. I'm like, do you guys agree? Sandwich needs at least 2 ingredients, right? Unless it's the grilled cheese. One exception, grilled cheese. Tuna and bean. Yeah, tuna and bean sounds gross. Like, what? Pick one. The English need culinary help sometimes. You eat this fry sandwich? Wait, you'll be right at home, and instead of going to the Dominican Republic, you should go to the UK. He's a food critic, and you thought of giving him that? Or they give it to a food critic too, yeah. Do you think Gordon Ramsay likes those things as well? Baked potatoes, tier 1 potato. I don't eat baked potato much. Grilled bread with cheese. Yeah, grilled cheese is fine. You know, Gordon Ramsay was here in Vancouver. Someone on the subreddit posted a video of him getting on the SkyTrain. I was like, why is Gordon Ramsay taking the train? But it was like he was like filming something. Like he was probably filming some like ad or something. Because it was like Gordon Ramsay like waiting for the train. And I was like, why would Gordon Ramsay be taking public transit? But he wasn't. He would never do that like a peasant, you know? Have you ever heard of the Balkan breakfast? It's like eating whole veggie sausage bread. I see. When I was in London, we had a Turkish breakfast and it was so good. It was like a huge spread. It was like a crazy breakfast. I think I posted a picture of it. You had a good steak and mushroom and cheese pie from a bakery near me. That sounds delicious. Yeah, I never eat like pies and stuff. I know that's more common in the UK. To have like, shepherd's pie or like more pie oriented things. Mashed potatoes with melted shreddy cheese is pretty fire. I don't know. I usually go for gravy. One in the comments said, "Bro, just eat a salad." Well, that sounds good though. The whole veggie sausage bread. That sounds good. I remember seeing Hawaiian. Sorry, I remember seeing Gordon go to deep into Hawaii for a banana bread recipe. Is Hawaiian banana bread extra good? Everything that happens in the Balkans is fully insane. Wait, what's insane about that breakfast? That doesn't seem that weird. Um, William Nylander took the subway to. Who the hell is that? Shepherd's pie is mad good. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of like really like beige foods. I don't know. No, I think the pie in the UK and Australia and New Zealand are different. Okay. He's a hockey player. That makes sense, yeah. He's a Leafs player. I don't know. I'm not a huge like I feel like I don't normally make pie because it seems like a lot of work, you know? I never grew up with that. I probably didn't try shepherd's pie till I was like quite old because obviously it's not something my mom would make, you know? Like that's not something she would normally make. Only my brother makes Western food. Really adding your Australian here? I love reading it out. No. Put hot sauce on it, but it makes it way better. I have not tried that, but I've only had shepherd's pie a few times in my life. No, you're not Australian? Impersonating the Australians. I mean, it is like the middle of the night probably for Australia. Because they don't wake up till like the afternoon my time. I have some coworkers who are Australian. So if I want to talk to them, I have to be online at like 4 or 5 p.m. for them. It's probably Monday. Monday in Australia. That sucks for them. You're like under Australia. Like Antarctica? Is that what you mean? Under. How can you be down under? I'm down under. That's crazy. Yeah. New Zealand. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you did mention that earlier, yeah. Is that under? I guess it depends where you're looking at it from. I thought it was on the side. Am I wrong? Is it that far south? That'd be sick to live in Antarctica. I don't think it would be. I think it would suck. You wouldn't have Wi-Fi. Your fellow Polynesians, Maori, true. If you're born there, what would be your nationality? I don't think you'd have one. Stupid pandemic cost you a trip there. New Zealand sounds like it'd be cool to go to. I don't want to go to Australia because I'm scared of bugs, you know? So again, Antarctica ski season is probably over here. It's mild and rainy now. I think it's still okay here because even if it's mild and rainy here, the mountains usually still have snow. But I don't know how high up you go for your cross country skiing. Is your nationality Antarctic? Maybe it's like depending on like which station you're born on, you know? Like if you're born in like the American research station, would you just be American? I have no idea. Sorry, my eyebrows are itchy. I'm not supposed to itch them. It's supposed to be above 0 this week. Can't wait for the massive flooding. Oh god, good luck. You think it's 300 meters? That doesn't sound that high. Is that high? I think our mountains here are much higher. How tall is Grouse Mountain? Grouse Mountain height. This is our local mountain. Oh, yeah, ours is 1,200 meters. That makes more sense, yeah. Because it's like even if it's like raining here, it's like snowing in the mountains. We don't go up in the mountains, we go into the woods. Okay, 300 meters. Yeah, that's not high. I see it. That makes more sense. Yeah, if you live in Hawaii, you can't go cross country skiing, man. What are you gonna do? That's like you gotta live in the Pacific Northwest. You know, they have lots of mountains here. Like the Rockies. You have Whistler. Lots of stuff. Big roller skis. Sounds great. Sounds great. Wait, I gotta go pretty soon. My Pilates is already early, like for the next few weeks. But for some reason, like last week, they were like, "Oh, go to physio after your Pilates," right? And then this time they're like, "Go before," so I have to go like 10 minutes early. I'm like kind of annoyed. Like I didn't get a choice in this, you know? Um, we'll accept it, Kanyan. Yeah, yeah, of course. But he has to give up his dream of cross country skiing. You get roller skates, but it's so hilly here. It doesn't seem. That sounds scary, man. How do you stop? You just started. It's because you woke up late. I'll stream longer tomorrow. We have lots and lots of time. I'll stream till like 1 p.m. tomorrow. You know, we have infinite time. But today, because I'm my physio. I'm my physio the next few weeks. And then the physio is just gonna call me weak. Last week he was like, okay, can you like push against me like with your legs? And I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, both your legs are pretty weak, but yeah, your left leg is definitely weaker, so that's probably what's causing your hip pain. I was like, thanks, man. Thanks, man. But then like my instructor is like, yeah, your back is weak, your inner legs are weak, your arms are weak. I'm like, yeah, I know this. But she called my core strong one time, which is the one time she's called me strong. So I was like, I take the wins. I take the wins, okay? No, they're just strong, okay? He's a physiotherapist and she's a Pilates instructor who used to work out every day, by the way. But now she can only do 2 times a week because she's working. Better make up for it with Luca portraits? Of course, of course. Given the stick and poke. You stop the same way you do by pointing your skis together? Oh, that's scary, yeah. Eat some rice and mashed potatoes, get stronger. I'll eat some tofu for the protein. Lame excuse to leave early. Physio. The compliment on Miju's course, like when guys get compliment mostly, remember? True. Yeah, I don't get compliments much on my strength. But yeah, I will go do that now. And I've been working. I've been doing arm workouts and stuff at home because I'm motivated now. I thrive under the negative reinforcement. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat and run off to Pilates now. Sorry for the short stream. It'll only be a few more weeks, I think, because I don't have a lot of insurance benefit. But yeah, I want my Kazuha abs exactly. Yeah, I'll be streaming again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific as usual. Join the Discord if you haven't already. We'll have much more time to chat tomorrow, of course. And yeah, I'll send pictures of Luca in Discord. And take care, everyone. I'll see you all later. Bye.